Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lefty from 643 Productions coming at you here with a Modern Warfare 3 Team Deathmatch gameplay commentary. Is this Team Deathmatch or kill confirmed? I'm not exactly sure. I didn't check this gameplay before I started recording. But anyway, time will tell. That will play out in the actual gameplay itself. But I'm not here to talk with you guys about Call of Duty or about the gameplay you see before you. I want to talk with you about Medal of Honor Warfighter, the upcoming title from EA and publisher or developer Danger Close. And don't freak out just because they share a name with a much maligned perk from Modern Warfare 2. Danger Close is the studio behind Medal of Honor. They were behind the single-player portion of the reboot of the series that came out last year. And this year they are going to take on the entire development process for Medal of Honor and this second installment of the rebooted franchise, again entitled Warfighter. Now, again, I say take over the entire development process because last year they did the single-player campaign, but they brought in DICE to work on the multiplayer aspect. It was kind of like DICE's warm-up for Battlefield. They were like, okay, we need a warm-up session. We will work on Danger Close's reboot of Medal of Honor just to get our feet wet, so to speak, and then jump into Battlefield and all those things. So Medal of Honor last year, the multiplayer component, which is what you guys will primarily be seeing from me here on this channel, and again, I will be playing Medal of Honor Warfighter. Maybe I will be taking you through the campaign. It depends. I'll get into it in a bit if I do have time, but from what I've seen in a Game Informer article, which is admittedly not the entire game, it looks like the campaign isn't going to be much. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like it's just going to be a clone of pretty much every single-player campaign we've seen in a modern shooter in the last 3, 4, perhaps even 5 years. And so that's just those kinds of mechanics, the on-rail shooters, the shooting galleries, the hallways with, chest-high walls and stuff like that. They're just becoming, they're to the point of being cliche. And I'm just, it's really just not doing it for me anymore. Like a wife of many years that has kind of let herself go. It's just not happening in my special place, in my naughty place. So we will see. Again, that is not a definite no, but it is definitely not a, oh my god, I can't wait to play the single-player campaign. However, there was an interesting, another trailer has been released of Medal of Honor Warfighter that actually does show gameplay from either the single-player or multiplayer aspect. Now, in this commercial, they do tout the multiplayer aspect, which leads me to believe that at least one of the clips was perhaps from the multiplayer portion of the game. I'm not exactly sure. But regardless, there is going to be a multiplayer aspect, and that is what, again, I am going to be showing you guys, and thus that is what I am rather interested in when it comes to Medal of Honor Warfighter, because, well, first of all, I'm interested to see because I believe that EA, Electronic Arts, is gearing up to go head-to-head with Call of Duty year in and year out, not just every other year like we saw with Battlefield 3 last year, and now in this upcoming year we are going to see with Medal of Honor Warfighter. I believe that they have plans in place that they at least have to have floated the idea around that with Battlefield and developer DICE and with Medal of Honor Warfighter and developer Danger Close, and now Danger Close is standing on their own feet. They don't need help from DICE. And also, with whatever it is that the newly acquired Respawn Entertainment is working on, whether it be a strict COD killer or some new war-themed IP being intellectual property, they are set up to put their developers on a cycle that allows the developers to have games ready with a pretty long development process here. You can give Danger Close and DICE both, or not Danger Close and DICE, you can give DICE and Respawn Entertainment both 3-year development cycles instead of 2-year or year-and-a-half development cycles, and make Danger Close come out with a with a game every 2 years, and then you have a setup so that you can compete with Call of Duty every single year, because every single year EA is going to have a title coming out, whether it be Medal of Honor, Battlefield, or whatever it is that Respawn Entertainment is working on. So I'm very interested to see that. So I want to see how Medal of Honor, how seriously it is taken both by EA and how it is received by the community. But there was something interesting I saw, and I've got to wrap this up real quick. We're getting to the end of the gameplay. Is that last year, everybody knows this, or a lot of people I think know this, that Medal of Honor got in a little bit of trouble by making one of the opposing forces in the multiplayer aspect the Taliban. Usually they're just labeled the Op-4, the opposing force. But in Medal of Honor at launch, the opposing force, the Arab force, was called the Taliban, and people could actually play or would play as the Taliban. And that caused a big stir amongst people, especially liberals and politicians and all that stuff. And everybody got their panties in a twist, and Medal of Honor and EA and Danger Close finally succumbed and said, okay, it's going to be Op-4 instead of the Taliban, we're sorry. Now, there are hints that they are taking a completely different direction with multiplayer. It is not kind of going to be that suspended disbelief, oh, we're continuing the war of the campaign thing. Instead of you battling it out with other factions or other warring sides, you're going to be on, quote, blue-on-blue battles in multiplayer, featuring the different special forces or different special forces units from around the world. It's going to kind of be like a friendly game of paintball or that kind of thing, where the suspension of disbelief is just completely obliterated, and you're just like it's just like, oh, okay, well now we're play fighting the British SAS. Of course, we have to wait for more details, but that is something interesting, at least to me, to hear and think about, like, well, okay, this is definitely a different route to take with the multiplayer, and I'm definitely interested to see how it goes, and I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, so be sure to let me know, again, down below. But anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you did enjoy, and once you did hit the like button, go ahead and check out links in the description. There's tons of them, 2 of my previous videos, and also you can check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/lefty643. Also, be sure to check out my twitch.tv page. Again, link in the description at the very bottom, twitch.tv/lefty643. That's where you go to keep it locked in for all my live streams so you don't miss a beat. It is all there for you to do. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I am out.